If you would like some good quality anime merch, you can get it from Beautiful Halo, link in the description, and don't forget to use my link. And for 5% off on your next $49 plus order, use the code MEME, and for 10% off on your next $99 plus order, use code MEME, MEME, and let's get right into the intro. Welcome back, guys. This is King of Weebs, and this is what if Naruto was adopted by Tsunade Part 2. Last time we left off with Naruto actually waking up late and heading to the battle pretty late, and still fighting Haku in the end with Sasuke, and about to get destroyed. But anyways, of course, once they get trapped in the ice mirrors, once Sasuke and Naruto tried to break through it, Naruto actually tries to use his superhuman strength to break the ice mirror, and he was actually able to crack most of it, but in the end he was actually regenerated pretty fast. And anyways, now Naruto and Sasuke kept fighting up until Sasuke was hit by the Senbone, saving Naruto, which actually sent Naruto into a rampage. And anyways, Naruto, of course, keeping his calm, and he actually subdued the Naruto's chakra because he didn't want to go into a rampage right now, especially because it would actually hurt his team, and it would just it's not the time for Naruto to go on a rampage at this point. And anyways, now Naruto, barely keeping his anger inside, of course attacks Haku, still having a bit of the power boost from the Naruto's chakra. But anyways, Haku really had no chance against Naruto at this point, especially because Naruto had the power boost from the Nine Tails. Of course, he doesn't have a cloak, or his chakra's not glowing or anything. It's just him using the power. Even though he has the Nine Tails' eyes, it's not the same power up as in the original. He's not as strong there, but he wouldn't be as strong there if he didn't train with Tsunade and Shizune, and so he's already strong as the original Naruto from the original series, with less of the boost from the Naruto's. And anyways, he was able to beat the hell out of Haku. Haku was not expecting such speeds, and Naruto actually disabled Haku from moving at this point by actually not cutting off his limbs, but making sure that he can't move with the chakra scalpels. And Naruto, of course, takes off his mask and realizes who he is, and basically Naruto just stops right before he actually kills Haku. Anyways, then Naruto asks why, and he gets his answer. He only did this because Zabuza is his precious one, and there's no one else that he doesn't have anyone else in this world other than Zabuza. He was an orphan, and Zabuza helped him out. Sorry guys, that was I was taking something out. And no one in this world helped him out other than Zabuza, and Naruto understands how Haku feels, because no one, he would do the same thing if he had to kill to save Tsunade and Shizune. He would do it. He doesn't care. Those two people are the only two people who actually gave up their time, and and they could have been doing better things over the 12 years that they raised Naruto. Of course, Tsunade wasn't the best, but still, Naruto still respected her nonetheless. She did raise Naruto, she did teach Naruto, she did all the things for Naruto, and of course Naruto wants to repay her by actually showing her respect, and he would protect them. That's the whole reason why he wants to become stronger. Anyways, now, and of course he wants to protect all the kids in the world that have gone through the same things as him. For example, the discrimination that he went through when he actually returned to the village. He's still discriminated on. He's like shouting a lot. But anyways, Naruto doesn't care. He's happy. He's happy he has a family, and so he wants everyone, who's hated in this world to have a family too. But anyways, now, of course, Naruto after finding out that it was Haku. And why Haku did this. He actually didn't want to attack Haku anymore, and so he just talked to Haku, and basically while the fight against Zabuza kept going, Haku and Naruto heard the sound of 1,000 birds, and of course Naruto actually told Haku not to worry, and Naruto came in the way and literally said Earth style mud wool. Yes, Naruto actually knows the mud wool, but thanks to the training that he's gone through, and yes, Naruto actually learned Earth release. Anyways, Naruto's mud wool wasn't as strong as Kakashi's, so Kakashi was able to pierce through it, but it was enough for Naruto. It was enough for Naruto to actually kick Zabuza right in the chest to blow him away, and so the only person Kakashi actually stabbed was Naruto, and Naruto got stabbed in the shoulder, so he didn't get as hurt, but of course that still hurt. It's still a Chidori in your shoulder. But anyways, as soon as Kakashi saw it, he actually pulled out his hand, and he had a flashback to Rin, and basically Kakashi, of course, was like, oh no, what have I done? And basically he thought Naruto was gonna die, but then Naruto says it's fine. It's fine, Kakashi-sensei. You didn't hurt me at all. In fact, I can heal myself. As of right now, I'm healing myself, to be honest. So don't worry about me. And basically, Kakashi's confused on how. And Naruto says that, this is a technique that he has been developing thanks to the teachings that, for Tsunade's teachings and Shizune's teachings. And so he's been developing this technique. And yeah, he did it right now. Anyways, of course, Kakashi was impressed by Naruto. And Zabuza still was there, and he was about to attack Naruto until Haku says, please stop. He screams it out to stop the fight. It was like a bit like Kobe. I think it's Kobe, not Kobe. But anyways, from One Piece, the war at Marineford, how he told everyone he just screamed out stop. They killed the man that they wanted to kill. What's the point of continuing this? They're just going to kill more people, and more innocent, more men will die from, the Marines. Not only will pirates die, but also Marine soldiers will die. So what's the point of continuing to fight? And so the same thing happened with Haku. Haku told Zabuza to just stop. There's no point of fighting anymore. It's over. There's no need of fighting at this point. It's like they've lost. There's no way they can win now. Like, bro, you got annihilated by Kakashi. You got saved by Naruto. Naruto destroyed him. Like, there is no point of them fighting anymore. It's a clear-cut win for, the ninjas. The Leaf Shinobi. Anyways, of course, Zabuza then dropped his sword. And, he said that it was for pride. I don't want to let you and me go down like this. I'm sorry, Haku. Of course, he was doing it not only for his own sake, but also for Haku's sake, because he doesn't want them to look weak or anything. But of course, it's not that they're weak. It's just that the people that they just went up against are stronger than them. Anyways, now, of course, Naruto then tells Zabuza to just return to the village with them. If they give themselves into the village, to the Hokage will pull some strings, and since Naruto is kind of close to the Hokage, since the Hokage is the Hokage's own student is his mother, and so Naruto can actually pull some strings behind the scenes and do some stuff for Zabuza and Haku, and allow them to remain in the village as normal shinobi, not as prisoners or something, or hostage prisoners, whatever, same thing. But anyways, of course, now Naruto and Zabuza came to an agreement, not agreeing, and even Kakashi agreed to this, that he was going to try to convince the Hokage as well, in case the Hokage wasn't for this idea. But anyways, now Naruto and Zabuza was actually resting with Haku next to Haku. Naruto was actually healing Haku from the injuries that he took from Naruto's chakra scalpels. Since Naruto's chakra scalpels are pretty OP, to be honest. But anyways, of course, now Naruto, who of course was healing himself, Haku, and Sasuke at the same time. Yes, Naruto was actually had a clone that was healing both of them at the same time. Then saw Gato, and Gato's men appeared, and literally they say that they're here to. They thought that the ninjas were going to do the dirty work, but since they didn't, they're going to take care of it now, and the ninjas are dead now too. And Naruto then says he's sharp, and basically Naruto knows that it was Gato who actually hired these two men, or Zabuza and Haku. One of his own friends nearly died because of Gato, but anyways, of course Naruto wasn't having this, and so he was pretty pissed off. And yeah, now of course Naruto and Zabuza, not even Kakashi. He was actually Kakashi actually wanted to help, but he was too tired from using the Sharingan too much. But anyways, of course, now Naruto and Zabuza will actually finish off Gato's men, and Naruto had the opportunity to finish Gato, since he did promise Inari that he was going to avenge his father and kill Gato for and save them from the misery they're in. And anyways, of course, Naruto has no he has no mercy, and literally makes it extremely painful for Gato, hitting all the painful spots, preventing his death. Of course, he didn't want to kill Gato yet, and he just kept inflicting pain. Now, Naruto wasn't as lenient as in the original here, since he has grown up with a war veteran. Literally, Tsunade told Naruto about all the wars, about her brother, about her lover, everything, and Naruto wanted Gato to feel pain after all. And anyways, as I said, he's not as lenient as in the original, since he has been brought up by a war veteran who is pretty ruthless if she has to, but if she has to be, she would kill with no hesitation. But anyways, after this, Team 7 and Zabuza, even Zabuza helps out in the building of the bridge. Yes, Zabuza, out of all people, you'd think that Zabuza would just say no to it. But anyways, of course, Haku, Zabuza, and Team 7 all help out building the bridge. But anyways, after this, Team 7 returns with Zabuza and Haku to the village. Now, once they return to the village, of course, the Hokage is confused on why Zabuza, one of the 7 ninja swordsmen, one of the most ruthless men, and most known ninja. One of the most known ninja from the mist is in the Leaf Village, and of course Kakashi and Naruto explain, and of course the Hokage is actually pretty surprised that someone like Zabuza would even accept their proposal. But anyways, he was happy that he did, because now after since the Hokage, and after the Naito's attack, the Leaf Village hasn't been in the best places as in military power, especially because they lost the full Hokage, and they lost a lot of men during the Nine Tails attack. And anyways, now of course he accepted them gladly. He didn't mind having 2 rogue shinobi in his village, and now they became Leaf Shinobi, which was even better for them. Now they have the protection of the strongest village in the 5 nations currently, because the Hokage, even at that age, he's known to be the strongest Kage out of them all. Like even stronger than the Tsuchikage, who has particle release, which is a massive feat for someone as old as Hiruzen. Like we could say the same thing that the Tsuchikage, Onoki, at that age, even older than the Hokage, was the strongest, but the Hokage wasn't there anyway. So, and I'm pretty sure Minato could have beat Onoki, unless Onoki was at his prime. Same as the third Hokage. The third Hokage was known to be the god of shinobi, like of his era. But anyways, of course, that doesn't matter now. Now, since his era is over, and now Naruto, of course, and Naruto and Team 7 get the news of the Chunin exams a week later, a week after all the other teams found out and they were already training. But still, Naruto kept up with his training, and he was even continuing the training with the Rasengan, since he's still trying to learn it. But anyways, of course, now Naruto, who was on his own training, with the Rasengan, yes, not with the Rasengan, but trying to master the Rasengan was on his own, and Haku actually came to, help him out a bit, and Haku actually taught Naruto a few wind release techniques, since Naruto has wind release. It's a known fact that he has a wind release, but anyways, now, of course, Naruto actually learns a few techniques, and Haku actually tries to teach Naruto his own Kekkei Genkai, which Naruto does not learn, of course, because it's a Kekkei Genkai exclusive to Haku's family, and Haku is the last survivor, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, if I'm wrong, you can correct me on that. You guys are smarter than me. Anyways, a week has passed. Team 7 reunites, and they are ready for the Chunin exams. They want to win the Chunin exams. They want to become Chunin. They don't want to stay as Genin, and they have motivation, especially after what they have gone through. They actually want to become even stronger than what they already are. And anyways, of course, Team 7, with the motivation they had, and Haku, of course, even saying that he's going to, cheer them on from the stands whenever he can, which will be the last exam, but still the last part of the final exam. Still, Naruto actually got pretty ecstatic about this, because Haku is one of his only friends. Like, Naruto doesn't have many friends. Naruto has pretty much like 1, 2, 3 friends. If you're counting Sakura and Sasuke into a 5, like Shikamaru, Choji, Haku, and Sakura and Sasuke. Anyway, only 5 friends. So really, Naruto doesn't have many friends, and he's really happy. Anyways, of course, now the first exam goes easy. Naruto gets top scores. He even beats the Itachi score. Of course, he doesn't beat Minato's, because Minato is a whole different level. But Itachi becomes third. Anyways, now the second part of the exam begins. Naruto, of course, here was a bit more worried for his team, because, of course, Naruto could take on any of the shinobi there easily, since, he's been trained by legendary Sannin already, and he knows, healing ninjutsu. He knows medical ninjutsu, and he can heal himself without even, using any hand skills. Literally, it's like the fast regeneration of cells from Hashirama, but Naruto's one doesn't affect his life, like, it doesn't shorten his life, because I'm pretty sure one of the reasons why the Hokage, the Hashirama, died so early or so young was because of him forcing his cells to regenerate faster than usual, because that's the whole reason he had such a good healing ability, because he could, like, purposely increase the speed of regeneration, which is something you shouldn't do with your body. Like, this is literally going against the laws of nature. Like, bro, you can't just like, cut myself, regrow. Anyways, you can't regrow your skin like that. That's what Hashirama did. But anyways, Naruto could do it without having any repercussions. But anyways, now, he was worried about his team, and so he didn't go to, do his business. He was more worried about his team than his business, and in the end, they still got attacked by Orochimaru. Naruto has a sneaking suspicion that he knows this man, and so he plays it safe. He actually tries to do as many long range attacks, because he is not sure if this one is Orochimaru or not. He can feel a malicious intent in this guy, and also the chakra of his chakra is completely dark, I would say. But anyways, Naruto, of course, realizes that this is Orochimaru after Orochimaru extends his neck, something that Tsunade has told Naruto about and told him to watch out for, since, Orochimaru can do that. But anyways, of course, Naruto was going to watch out for this, and anyways, after realizing that this was Orochimaru, Naruto, of course, couldn't stop Orochimaru from actually biting biting Sasuke, sorry. Anyways, Sasuke got bitten, and Naruto couldn't really stop this because it was too late, and by the time he realized that Orochimaru was here, Sasuke could not dodge. He couldn't tell Sasuke to dodge, like, within 2.7 seconds. But anyways, now, after this, Naruto sees Sasuke falling to the ground after getting bitten, and he wasn't having it. He did not know what this jutsu was, and so he was baffled. He couldn't really understand it properly, especially because Sasuke just got bitten once and somehow fainted, so he didn't know. Anyways, now, Naruto, of course, actually decided to go all out and use his chakra scalpels and start fighting Orochimaru. Of course, Orochimaru was way stronger than Naruto, and Naruto stood no chance pretty much. And so, even though Naruto went into a bit of his rage mode or something, using a bit of the Naruto's chakra, it didn't take him too far, and in the end he still got annihilated by Orochimaru. He couldn't really stop Orochimaru from destroying him. Anyways, after Orochimaru completely obliterates Naruto, even sealing the Nantos even further, and increasing the strength of the seal, Naruto was he had no chance. Literally, he really had no chance. Like, there was no way of Naruto winning this. But of course, uh, since he couldn't use chakra properly, he tried to punch and everything, but in the end he just got knocked out. Of course, Naruto, as he was actually falling, losing consciousness, he thought of what would happen to Sakura if he faints. Would Orochimaru kill her? But of course, Naruto has no chance of knowing that now since he is gone. Anyways, after this, Naruto wakes up and sees Sakura actually fighting. Yes, Sakura actually took them to a nearby tree to rest, and in the end, she got attacked by the sound ninjas, and Naruto woke up to see this, and so he actually came in with a body flicker and literally said lightning style, lightning prison, and literally he body flickered around them and left the four kunais, which made a square around them, and literally Naruto said lightning style, lightning prison, and created a lightning prison, a literal lightning prison. And of course the sound trio really had no chance to get out of this and literally was stuck, and they didn't know what to do. But of course then Naruto actually said, give us your scroll or I'm going to kill you. And Naruto's being serious now, and they start laughing and say that they'll never give the scroll, and Naruto actually makes the lightning prison smaller. Yes, he can actually do that by just making his hand into a fist. When it becomes a fist, it literally is the lightning chains, so they will electrocute anyone until they die. Anyways, now of course they realize that it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and one of them is actually getting electrocuted, and so they just give up the scroll, and they promise not to fight anymore. And literally Naruto makes a mud wall in front of them and tells them to run before he kills them. They have 10 seconds, and of course they ran as fast as possible, and Naruto takes the scroll. Of course now Sasuke wakes up as soon as they leave, and Naruto sees this, and Sasuke tries to attack Naruto, no mercy, and wants to kill Naruto, of course. But anyways, Naruto didn't understand why, and anyways, he gets attacked by Sasuke, and of course he was able to dodge last second Sasuke's punch, and of course Naruto wasn't expecting such strong foe, especially Sasuke to get such a strong power up. Of course he knew that this must have been Orochimaru's doing, but anyways, now he had to stop Sasuke, and so Naruto actually knocked out Sasuke easily, since he's much faster than Sasuke, even when Sasuke is in his curse mark state. And so, after knocking him out, Naruto, of course, just told Sakura to just go, and while Naruto carries Sasuke. But anyways, of course, now while carrying Sasuke, Naruto actually notices the curse mark on his neck, and so he actually tries to seal it. But of course, Naruto seals the seals that he knows are way too weak. And anyways, now of course Naruto, who was on basically Naruto and Sakura returned, and anyways, once they arrive at the tower, of course Sasuke's curse mark is sealed away by Kakashi. But anyways, now of course Naruto and Team 7 wait a bit until the preliminaries begin, and the fights go a bit pretty much similar, to be honest. Naruto versus Kiba. Kiba gets one shot, and Sasuke wins his. Sakura draws against Ino, of course. The will of becoming stronger. No, I'm joking. But anyways, they draw, and next after Ino, Gaara destroys Lee. Hinata loses to Neji, and of course Naruto sees what happened to Hinata, and he's pretty pissed off at Neji for doing that, and actually he goes off to actually tell Neji that he's going to destroy him in the Chunin exam finals and show him that, you know, his destiny is not everything, and you know, you can decide your own fate. And after this, Naruto, of course, goes off on his 1 month training, and here Tsunade actually got someone to train Naruto. She knew about this. She was actually told by the Hokage about Naruto getting to the Chunin exam finals, and there is a 1 month training. And now, of course, Tsunade and she's gonna actually get in touch with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya was completely baffled on why Tsunade would get in touch with him, out of all people, after all these years. And in the end, you know, Tsunade tells him to go train Naruto. And you know, Jiraiya actually found out that, you know, Tsunade adopted Naruto, and he was surprised that, you know, Tsunade would even care for another ninja. You know, since she thinks all ninjas are pretty much fools. And anyways, well, most of the Hokages, and since they are ninjas, she thinks they're fools and everything. But anyways, now after this, Naruto is actually training on his own on a hill, and one day he actually goes down to, you know, Ichiraka Ramen to eat, and meets Jiraiya there. And anyways, once he meets Jiraiya, of course, he is greeted by, you know, by a pretty random greeting. But anyways, once Jiraiya tells him that he'll be his master from now on for the, you know, foreseeable future, until, you know, he finishes the Chunin exams. Now Naruto was like, why do you want to train me in the first place? But anyways, now after this, you know, Naruto and Jiraiya, of course, well, Jiraiya actually tells Naruto that, anyways, oh sorry, Jiraiya actually tells Naruto that he's been sent by Tsunade. And you know, Naruto actually knows about Jiraiya. Jiraiya is the legendary Sanin. And anyways, now, anyway, after this, Naruto understood everything, and so he actually begins training with Jiraiya. Now, after a bit, Naruto actually, of course, takes a break, and Jiraiya asks Naruto what he was doing before this, like, as of training. Naruto then tells him that he's been trying to master a technique that he knows perfectly, and Jiraiya asks what kind of technique is that, and Naruto says the Rasengan. Of course, Jiraiya's like, wait, how do you even know what to do with the Rasengan? And Naruto says, oh, I actually stole it from the Scroll of Stealing, but I haven't learned it yet, it's too hard. And you know, Jiraiya actually gives Naruto a much easier way to do it, and of course gives him the balloons. But of course, first he needs to teach Naruto how to do the summoning jutsu. Anyways, since that is the basic for him, something that he needs Naruto to learn. Anyways, now after this, Naruto actually learns the summoning jutsu, and he actually does it within a day, since his chakra control is much better than in the original. He doesn't need to summon the Naruto's chakra. He has enough chakra control to actually summon enough of his own chakra to actually do the summoning jutsu. Since he has more than enough to do it, since, you know, Naruto has already more than Kakashi, and I'm pretty sure he would have more than enough to do a summoning. Of course, he summons Gamabunta easily and stays on his head for the whole day. And now, after this, Naruto, of course, finishing his training with Jiraiya for the day, goes home and actually begins training on the Rasengan. Yes, Naruto, of course, is training on the Rasengan, since now that he actually has a much easier way to learn it, is more motivated to do it this time, since, you know, he actually knows how to learn it now. But anyways, now after this, Naruto, who was on his own, on his own for the whole day, you know, after finishing training with Jiraiya, he actually met up with someone, which was actually Lee. Yes, Naruto actually went to visit Lee, and there he actually saw Gaara trying to finish what he started. You know, he tried to kill Lee right there, and Naruto, of course, stopped it, asking Gaara what the hell he was doing. And you know, Gaara says, I was trying to finish what I started. That's what I was trying to do. And Naruto says, you're a psycho, what's wrong with you? And basically, you know, Gaara then says, everyone says I'm a psycho, I don't care, I'm going to finish what I started, so get out of my way. And basically, Naruto then tells Gaara to back off or he'll kill him. And basically, Naruto being serious at this point is like, bro, fuck off. And basically, Gaara now can actually see Naruto getting pretty worked up, and so Gaara starts laughing and says, do you really think you're going to be able to beat me? And Naruto says, if there's one person, it's definitely going to be me. And basically now Gaara tries to attack Naruto, but then Naruto was able to stop his sand easily, literally just slapping his sand, just like Mad Guy did in the original when he saved Lee. That's what Naruto just did. And Gaara was surprised, and he smiled and says, I'm going to kill you in front of everyone else. I'll see you in the tuning exams. And Naruto then says, yeah, we'll see who wins then. And basically Naruto then tells Lee if he's okay, asks Lee to be honest if he's okay, and Lee says he's fine, and he thanks Naruto, and Naruto says there's no problem. And then after this, Naruto actually leaves and continues his training with Jiraiya. Over this 1 month, Naruto learns a few new things. For example, learning how to use a lot of jutsus. For example, the Earth style, sorry, not the Earth style, sorry, Water style, Water Shockwave, something that Naruto actually didn't know. I'm pretty sure I didn't give it to him, and if I did, I'm sorry. And also he learns a few genjutsus, not as strong as the frog dance, because that's completely different. That's way too hard for Naruto to learn. But anyways, of course, Naruto learns a few different genjutsu from Jiraiya, and here he's more capable of learning them, since his chakra control is much better. He's actually one of the best chakra controls in the tuning exams as of right now. But anyways, Naruto, of course, finishing his training with Jiraiya after a full month, Naruto has finally mastered the Rasengan, and he's ready for the tuning exams. But one more thing right before he left, Jiraiya told Naruto to not use the Rasengan on any of his opponents unless it's a dire situation where it's life or death, because the Rasengan is such a strong technique that it can actually kill a Genin or even a Chunin. In fact, like it's a technique was strong, like, bro, it's strong. Like, when I say strong, it's strong. Anyways, now Naruto, of course, accepts to these terms, and tells Jiraiya that he won't use it unless he's about to die or something. And Jiraiya says, yes, good, now hurry up and go to the tuning exams and become a Chunin already, and then I might teach you some stronger jutsus. And Naruto gets excited, and so he says goodbye to Perfect Sage and goes off. Anyways, of course, Jiraiya can't really come to the tuning exams because he has to do some work. Now Naruto, of course, after arriving to the tuning exam, sees Neji and tells Neji, asks Neji, to be honest, I keep saying tells, asks Neji if he's ready to lose. And Neji just starts laughing and says, if he's ever going to lose to anyone, it definitely not be him, since he's not a prodigy or anything. And Naruto says, we'll see about that. Just keep telling yourself that once I beat you, then you'll understand that hard work pays off. And Neji then says, you still don't understand that hard work doesn't get anyone anywhere. Even if you work hard your whole life, your destiny has already been decided. It's been decided that you're going to be a failure. All the Hokage's destinies were decided, and it was decided that they were going to be a Hokage. Fate. Their fate was to become Hokage. And basically then Naruto says, you really are delusional, aren't you? And basically Neji says, what? And Naruto then actually continues by saying, I'll become Hokage, and then I'll show you that fate. I changed my fate. As of right now, you say that I'm not going to become anything. I'm a failure. After all, everyone thinks that, but I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'm going to show you that I'm not a failure by first beating you, and I'm going to teach you what it means to work hard. And Neji and then starts laughing, and basically after this they actually begin the fight. Of course, the odds were stacked against Naruto because Neji is a much better close range fighter. Naruto, of course, he can punch hard and everything, but he's mostly and of course he can do clones. But in the original, I'm talking about the original Naruto. However, this is a completely different Naruto. Naruto much stronger than Neji, and he's the strongest one out of all the Genins in the training exams as of right now, especially because of his healing abilities, which just makes him super overpowered. But anyways, of course, Naruto then tells Neji, one more thing right before he actually starts attacking properly, and tells him that his fate, if you can't really change your fate, his fate was to lose. And basically Neji says that's impossible, I'm a prodigy unlike you, and basically he was about to attack Naruto, but then Naruto dodges easily by using body flicker and literally looks at Neji and tries to put him under a genjutsu, but Neji was way too fast for Naruto to even put him under a genjutsu. Neji already had resistance to it, and Naruto's genjutsu is not strong at all. And after this, Neji was about to attack Naruto, but Neji actually fell for Naruto's trap. Naruto was waiting for the right opportunity to get Neji close, and then use his chakra scalpels on Neji. Of course, he was able to only get one hit on Neji before Neji actually used the 64 palms on him and blocked most of his chakra points. And Naruto wasn't expecting this technique. He's never seen it in his life, and he was completely baffled. Anyways, after he continues fighting after actually using the chakra scalpel once. But Naruto knows that Neji is slowly going to, feel the repercussions that the chakra scalpels are going to give him, especially because the chakra scalpels are very underrated. They can stop someone from moving, even though it's at a slower pace. Over time, Neji will start losing the ability to move properly, and he's going to be much slower, so Naruto can easily beat him. Of course, Naruto's taking a beating as of right now, but then Naruto, of course, uses a few clones to actually, and they all use the chakra scalpels to actually, increase the rate of failure for Neji's not organs but his muscles, especially because Naruto's not hitting anything vital. To be honest, Naruto could have ended the fight much earlier by just killing Neji on the spot, literally using the body flicker and then just shoving a Rasengan up his fucking face. But anyways, Naruto wouldn't do that yet. Well, I say yet, he wouldn't do that at all. But anyways, now of course Neji was getting beaten at this point. Literally, for some reason he can't move as fast as he could at the beginning of the fight, and Naruto barely got any hits in. He got like 1 or 2 even with the clones. And Naruto then says, well, Neji, I guess you've lost the fight. And Neji then says, what did you just say? And Naruto then says, as you can see, your movements are much slower from the beginning. As of right now, you're losing your ability to use your muscles properly since I've cut most of your tissue. And basically, Neji was like, wait, what? And Naruto then says that he's been using this technique called the chakra scalpels, which is a really underrated technique, and it's a really high level technique, to be honest. But anyways, not many people use it in the Boruto era too. When like we've seen it in action, Kabuto a skilled user of it. Anyway, now of course Neji was kind of pissed off and tries to attack Naruto one more time with his 64 palms, but Naruto then says it's useless. Even if you blocked most of my chakra points, you can't even move properly. There's no point of you fighting at this point. And then he kicks him in the gut and actually punches him again to send him flying. At this point, Neji has no chance to beat Naruto, but of course, Neji actually stands back up, but Naruto says, alright now, it's over. There's no point of fighting anymore. If you fight, I cannot guarantee you safety anymore. And basically, Naruto is telling the referee that if Neji continues to fight, his safety will not be ensured because of, Neji already not having the ability to use his body properly at this point, and then or anything. But anyways, now, of course, now Naruto, who tells the referee this, the Hokage actually tells, the ref to actually stop. Or, I say referee, I'll say ref. Anyways, of course, now Neji stopped from fighting anymore because he can't fight properly anymore, and if he does, Naruto might kill him, and it might end up in someone's death, which they do not want this to happen. But anyways, now of course Neji being humbled by Naruto. Naruto of course tells Neji one more thing, and tells Neji that he needs to train a lot harder if he really wants to change his destiny. And Neji actually looks at Naruto and says, maybe you're right. And as he says that, he actually faints. Of course, Naruto is declared the winner, and the next, of course, he was congratulated by a lot of people. Not many people, but a few people were cheering. And most people were actually, booing Naruto down, telling him that he's a demon, he didn't deserve the win. Anyways, of course, the next few fights go exactly the same. Shikamaru's won an easy win for Shikamaru, but of course, in the end, he gives up because he finds it too long to actually fight, and then it's actually Shino's fight doesn't even happen because Shino, of course, Kankuro just says no to it. And yeah, now of course it's Sasuke versus Gaara. Naruto was actually expecting this fight to happen, and well, of course he knew about it, but he was really looking forward to this, and he was looking forward to see how much his teammate is improved, because if he does win, Naruto will have to verse him or someone. But anyways, eventually, because he does believe that Sasuke, if he's able to beat Gaara, he will be able to come to the finals. There's no one stronger than Gaara. No, he doesn't mean it to offend anyone. Of course, he's only saying this in his head, but still, he actually doesn't believe that there's no anyone able to beat Gaara in the Chunin exams as of right now. From what he has seen, Gaara is the strongest. But anyways, anywho, Sasuke finally arrives, and the fight commences. New word, I'm joking. But anyways, the fight in it commences, and of course, the fight of course was pretty similar to the original. Just as Sasuke had a bit more motivation to get stronger and actually unlock the free Tomoe Sharingan. I'm pretty sure he didn't have it by that time, but if he did, don't worry, Sasuke is much stronger, especially because he actually learned a few new techniques. For example, he actually unlocked a new release, which is actually the earth release, and he knows how to use a few earth release techniques, and he has his own substitution. His substitution is actually just snakes. Even though he doesn't have the snake summoning, he actually uses snakes because it can actually help him in a fight by actually poisoning the opponent. Anyways, now the Genjutsu is put on everyone, and everyone gets put under a deep sleep, while Naruto, of course, is able to dispel the Genjutsu easily and wake up Sakura. Sakura, of course, was already awake, something that Naruto realized, and was surprised that, especially because Naruto thought that Sakura wouldn't be awake. But anywho, now Naruto underestimated Sakura quite a bit, and so he's kind of sorry, but he doesn't have time for this. And in the end, he sees Sasuke going on his own to behind, following both the sand trio, the sand siblings. Anyways, now Naruto and Sakura were still tasked with the same mission to find Sasuke and return him to the bring him back to the stadium, or he's going to get killed or something. But anyways, both Naruto and Sakura went, but right before Naruto's like, Shikamaru, you can wake up by now already, I know you're awake. And so he tells Shikamaru's like, god damn. And so now Naruto, Sakura, and Shikamaru go, and here, of course, Shikamaru still stays back to fight, the ninjas that were following them. And Naruto, of course, realizes that someone else is following them, someone that he wasn't expecting to be awake. But in the end, once Kankura arrived, Naruto's like, alright then, Sakura, let's go. And she knows that, so you've noticed me already. And Naruto's like, I'm sure you want to fight him, go and take him on and finish him. And so what? Naruto and Sakura actually go off on their own to actually find Sasuke, and once they arrive, they see Sasuke getting pretty much cramped. Well, not cramped, but kind of annihilated. Temari is on the ground, being destroyed by Gaara. Yes, Gaara's going on a rampage, and he was about to kill Sasuke up until Sakura comes in the way and actually stops, literally in the nick of time. This time she wasn't really that useless, but she's still kind of going Naruto's way. Naruto was going to cut off sand arm because he knows that arm is not Gaara's arm, and is literally made out of sand because he can see it with he can feel the chakra from it. But anyways, now Sakura, of course, gets destroyed by Gaara, and Naruto now has to fight Gaara when he's literally about to kill both of his teammates. And so Naruto actually opens his eyes one more time, closes it and opens his eyes, and literally goes
body flickers right in front of Garo and kicks him right in the face. And Naruto didn't just kick Garo normally, but he actually kicked Garo so hard, and it was actually like one of his overpowered punches, like Tsunade, but just with his kicks. Naruto has actually learned this over his 1 month training, something that even Jiraiya didn't know. Something that Naruto, of course, developed on his own when Jiraiya actually went off, and Naruto was taking his rests. But anyways, now Naruto and Gaara begin their true fight, and in the end Naruto summons Gamabunta, and of course Gaara goes into his full Shikaku form. But Naruto, of course, as you know, Gamabunta destroys, they do the transformation due to destroying the One Tails. Naruto actually heals everyone on the battlefield, and actually they return together to see that the Hokage has died. After a long and tiring fight, the Hokage has died. And anyways, now Naruto and the rest start pretty sad, but anyways they begin the funeral, and this is a few days later, and of course Naruto is actually congratulated by a few people, for example Shikamaru, because Shikamaru could see that Naruto was on top of the summoning, and yes, Shikamaru saw it from a far range, same as Shino. But anyways, now the fifth Hokage needed to be announced soon, and of course Jiraiya was asked for this, and he declined, saying that there is someone more capable of becoming the Hokage, and is someone that has a good connection with one person in this village. And of course they know who he's talking about, and that is Naruto's foster mother, which is actually Tsunade. Naruto is more than glad to actually go find Tsunade, and in the end they find Tsunade real quick, and of course Tsunade tells them this time straight away about Orochimaru's offer, and they actually take this opportunity to Naruto actually says we should take this opportunity to actually kill Orochimaru. And anyways, now of course they go off together to actually set a trap for Orochimaru the next day, and in the end Orochimaru and Kabuto actually fight, and here Naruto protects his mother. Remember, Tsunade actually got over her fear of blood by actually seeing Naruto training so hard to become a strong shinobi, just like she was. But anyways, now, sorry guys, sorry for the movement. Now, Naruto and Kabuto actually settled their fight, and of course Naruto Rasengan's the hell out of Kabuto, which makes Tsunade hella proud, because Naruto has finally mastered Rasengan, and he seemed a bit like a Hokage himself. She saw the fourth Hokage in him. Yes, she has seen Minato before, and Naruto just looked a bit more and more like him after using the Rasengan. But she could even see herself in Naruto, the motivated ninja that he is. She was that one once, and she can of course see Naoki and Dan. But anyways, of course, in the end, she returns to the village to become the fifth Hokage, and in the end, Sasuke still gets jealous as per normal. But here, of course, Naruto actually, instead of going, Naruto, of course, just saying, they didn't actually fight Itachi. That's the difference. Itachi still fought Kakashi, but Sasuke wasn't able to find Itachi, and in the end wasn't put under the Genjutsu, which never actually allowed him to find out that Naruto's so strong, since Itachi's after him and he's not after Sasuke. But of course the Soundful actually still came to him, telling him that Naruto was able to take out a Jinchuriki. They convinced him by saying that Gaara was a Jinchuriki. He is a host of the One Tails, a tail beast that even Kage level, like only Kages can fight. Naruto was able to fight him on his own, and Sasuke was pretty pissed off that Naruto's so strong, and in the end, the Kazuma just kept getting fueled, and he actually left the village. Of course, Sakura did try to stop this, and Naruto came to find out, and of course a team was set up to actually go find Sasuke, and it was Naruto, Neji, who actually had newfound respect for Naruto. He actually respected Naruto quite a bit after what happened to him, and then it was Shikamaru. And just saying, Naruto was actually assigned the Chunin level, same Chunin rank, same as Shikamaru and Shino, for their bravery and of course their valiant fighting against to protect the village from the One Tails, and they've all contributed. And so even Shino was in here, so, and of course Kiba was actually replaced. Kiba was in there, and Shino was there instead. Anyways, now of course, they go off, and the fights pretty much go one by one the same. Just that Kiba's fight was taken on by Shino, and Shino found it much easier because he's a long range fighter, while Sakura and Nukon are pretty close range fighters. You know, Shino was able to use his poisonous bugs to actually get the advantage over them, and in the end, he was able to actually kill them literally by feeding them poisonous bugs. Literally, he made bugs go inside their bodies and literally just explode, or poison them. Anyways, after this, Naruto, of course, is fighting Kidomaru, and here Naruto has a much easier time since he has the chakra scalpels, and he's using a Rasengan with the chakra scalpels. He actually lands one on Kimimaru, sorry, I'm so sorry, that was a mistake from my part. Anyways, of course, Naruto was able to land this, and Kimimaru's illness and, Naruto's chakra scalpel Rasengan just annihilated him, and this was the breaking point for Kimimaru. And Naruto says, I'm sorry, but you gotta die. And as he says that, he actually kills Kimimaru on the spot by actually getting a kunai out and shoving it into his throat. And Naruto, of course, didn't stop there. He had a lightning release to it, which actually electrocuted Kimimaru's insides, and Kimimaru fell. And thinking about his father figure Orochimaru, and saying sorry he couldn't complete the mission. But anyways, Naruto finally reaches Sasuke, and here Naruto actually does not even go into his One Tails form, which is actually a big downgrade from the original, because Naruto is not as strong as his One Tails form. I said that he's pretty strong, but the One Tails gave him such a power boost. Like the we clearly saw a power boost. The One Tails form was actually stronger than the One Tails, I'm pretty sure, and stronger than Gamabunta, definitely stronger than Gamabunta. I think. I'm joking, of course. He's not stronger than Gamabunta, but still. Now, Naruto, of course, not having the same amount of strength as in the originals, had a harder time, but at the same time, he had a lot more hacks and a lot more, firepower. Even though I just contradicted myself. He doesn't have as much power, but his punches hurt more than in the original, because One Tails is nowhere near as strong as a Tsunade punch to the face. There's no fucking way. I don't believe that. Anyways, and now, of course, Naruto struggling and trying to heal himself as fast as possible, but of course the electrocution that Sasuke was Naruto got electrocuted by Sasuke, which actually made his reaction time slower because he actually got paralyzed, and he was getting tired from the fight against Kimimaru. That one was pretty tiring as well. Even though he had the upper hand there, he still took a toll on Naruto's body, and especially because Naruto hasn't been getting too much rest in the past few days, especially after finishing the fight against Gaara, the Chunin exams, going to get Tsunade, fighting Kabuto. Of course, he's a medical ninja as well, and so he's able to heal himself. But everyone needs the rest. Even if you can heal a body, it doesn't mean that the tiredness, the stress doesn't go as soon as you get healed. You get hurt, you cut your finger, okay, a few days later it's back to normal. But if you're stressed over those few days, even with rest, it's not enough to get rid of the stress. Of course, Naruto needed a lot of rest, but of course, of course now Naruto had to rest. But in the end, they actually have their final clash, which Naruto wasn't even able to do a perfect Rasengan. His Rasengan was actually pretty weak compared to the normal Rasengan, and in the end still lost. But of course, he still was conscious, and he tried to stand back up until Sasuke actually stepped on his chest and telling Naruto that if he stands back up, he'll have to kill him. And he doesn't want to kill Naruto because Naruto is his only friend, and the only friend that he will ever have, and kicks him in the face, which actually knocks Naruto out, and tells he actually says goodbye to his friend, the only friend that he had, and the friend that he will ever have. After this, he will never have any other friends. But anyways, after leaving the headband, Naruto actually wakes up and realizes that he needs to bring back Sasuke. And of course, he still has that speech with the Jiraiya telling him to move on from Sasuke, but Naruto says that Sasuke is his friend and he has to bring him back one of these days. And anyways, that's where I'm gonna end off. Naruto still goes on the 2-year training, but this time he actually has to become way stronger, because Tsunade herself told Naruto that if he doesn't become stronger, he's going to get beaten. Anyways, that's it. That's where I'm gonna end off. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weebs, and this was What If Naruto was adopted by Tsunade Part 2. and next part should be the final part, and the final part will actually be recorded before I even upload part 1. But anyways, hope you'll enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weaves here. Don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Miniman123, and my friend Hxmesh, and don't forget to subscribe to my second channel, the King of Noobs. Also, don't forget to follow Shoker on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord server. All the links are in the description below. And one last thing, you can get some good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo. Use my link in the description below and support the channel. My dark things, you're dismissed, and peace.